Mrs. Muller?
Yes.
Please, come in, have a seat.
I thought I might have had the wrong day when you didn't answer the door.
Oh, well, just between you and me, I was listening to a transistor radio with an earpiece. I confiscated it from one of my students, and now I can't stop listening to it.
You like music?
No, news reports. Years ago, I used to listen to all the news reports because my husband was in Italy during the war. When I came into possession of this tiny radio, I found myself doing it again, although there is no war and the voices have all changed.
You were a married woman?
Yes, that he was killed. Is your husband coming?
Couldn't get off work.
Oh, I see. I suppose that was a lot to ask.
How's Donald doing?
He's passing his subjects. He has average grades.
Oh, good. He was upset about getting taken off the altar boys.
Did he explain why?
He said he was caught drinking the wine.
That is the reason.
Well, that seems fair, sister, but he's a good boy, sister. He fell down there, but he's a good boy pretty much right down the line, and he knows what an opportunity he has, and I think the whole thing was just a bit much for him.
What do you mean by the whole thing?
Well, he's the only colored in his class. The first in this school. That'd be a lot for a boy.
I suppose it is, but he has to do the work, of course.
Oh, he is doing it though, right?
Yes, he's getting by. He's getting through.
Oh.
How's he at home?
His father beat the hell out of him over that wine.
Well, you shouldn't do that.
Oh, you don't tell my husband what to do. You just stand back. He didn't want Donald to come here.
Why not?
Thought he'd have a lot of trouble with the other boys, but that hasn't happened as far as I can make out.
Good.
That priest, Father Flynn, he'd been looking out for him.
Have you met Father Flynn?
Not exactly, no. I mean, I seen him on the altar, but I hadn't met him face to face. No, just, heard from Donald.
What does he say?
Oh, Father Flynn, Father Flynn. Oh, he looks up to him. The man gives him his time, which is what the boy needs. Oh, he needs that, sister.
Mrs. Muller, we may have a problem.
Well, thought you must have had a reason for asking me to come in. Principal's a big job. If you stop your day just to talk to me, must be something. But I just want to say, though, it's just till June.
Excuse me?
Whatever the problem is, Donald just has to make it here till June. And then he's off into high school.
Right.
If Donald can graduate from here, he has a better chance of getting into a good high school, and that means an opportunity at college. And I believe he has the intelligence, and he wants it.
Well, I don't see any of this time standing in his way from graduating with the rest of his class.
Well, that's all I care about. Anything else is all right with me.
I doubt that.
Oh, try me.
I'm concerned about the relationship between Father Flynn and your son.
You don't say concerned. Well, what do you mean concerned?
That it may not be right.
Uh-huh. Well, there's something wrong with everybody. Got to be forgiven, isn't that so?
I am concerned, to be frank, that Father Flynn may have made advances on your son.
May have made.
I can't be certain.
Well, no evidence?
No.
Well, then maybe there's nothing to it then.
I think there is something to it.
Well, I prefer not to see it that way if you don't
I know this may be hard to hear, but I think Father Flynn gave Donald that altar wine.
Why would he do that?
Has Donald been acting strangely?
No.
Nothing out of the ordinary?
He's been himself.
Right.
Look, sister, I don't want any trouble, and I feel like you're on the march somehow.
I'm not sure you completely understand.
Oh, I think I understand the type of thing you're talking about. I just don't want to get into it.
And what is that?
Well, not to be disagreeing with your sister, but if we're talking about something floating in the air between this priest and my son, that ain't my son's fault.
I'm not suggesting
He's just a boy.
I know.
12 years old. If anyone should be taking the blame, it should be the man, not the boy.
I agree with you completely.
Well, you're agreeing with me, sister, but I'm in the principal's office talking to you about my son. Now, why isn't the priest in the principal's office? And you'll excuse my bringing it up.
You are here because I am concerned about Donald's welfare.
And you think I'm not?
Of course you are.
Well, then, let me ask you something. You honestly think that priest gave Donald that wine to drink?
Yes, I do.
Then how come my son got kicked off the altar boys if it was the man that gave it
The
to him?
boy got caught, the man didn't.
How come the priest didn't get kicked out the priesthood then?
He is a grown man, educated. He knows what's at stake. It's not so easy pinning someone like that down.
So you give my son all the blame. No problem, my son getting blamed and punished. You know why
Perhaps
that
you
is,
should let
don't
me
you?
talk. I think you're getting
That's
upset.
because that's the way it is, sister. You just finding out about it. That's the way it is, and that's the way it's been. You're not going against no man in no robe and win, sister. He's got the position.
And he's got your son!
Let him have him.
What?
It's just till June.
Do you know what you're saying?
No more about it than you.
I believe this man is creating or has already brought about an improper relationship with your son.
I don't know.
I know I'm right.
Why do you need to know something like that for sure when you don't? Please, sister, you got some kind of righteous cause going with this priest, and now you want to drag my boy into it? My son doesn't need additional difficulties. Let him take the good and leave the rest when he leaves this place in June. He knows how to do that. I taught him how to do that.
What kind of mother are you?
Excuse me, but you don't know enough about life to say a thing
I know
like that.
enough.
You know the rules maybe, but that don't cover it.
I know what I won't accept.
You accept what you gotta accept and you work with it. That's the truth that I know.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Sorry to be so sharp with you in this room, but
This man is in my school.
well, he has to be somewhere, and maybe he's doing some good too. Did you ever think of
He
that?
is after the boys.
Maybe some of them boys want to get caught. Maybe what you don't know is that maybe my son is that way. That's why his father beat him up. Not the wine. He beat Donald for being what he is.
What are you telling me?
Oh, Miss Mother. I'm talking about his nature. Not anything he's done, but you can't hold a child responsible for what God gave him to be.
Listen to me with care, Mrs. Muller. I am only interested in actions. It is hopeless to discuss a child's possible inclinations and finding it difficult enough to address a man's deeds. This isn't about what the boy may be, but what the man is. It is about the man.
But then there's the boy's nature.
Just leave that out of it.
Well, then forget it then. Now, you're the one forcing people to say these things out loud. Things in there, and you leave them alone if you can. That's what I know. My boy came to this school because they were going to kill him at the public school. So we were lucky enough to get him in here for his last year. His father don't like him. He comes here, the kids don't like him. One man is good to him, this priest, he puts out a hand to the boy. Now, does this man have his reasons? Yes. Everyone has their reasons. You have your reasons. Do I ask this man why he's good to my son? No. I don't care why. My son needs some man to care about him, to help see him through to where he wants to go. And I thank God that this educated man with some kindness in him wants to do just that.
This will not do.
It's just till June. The things are not always black and white.
And sometimes they are. I will throw your son out of the school. Make no mistake.
Well, why would you do that if nothing started with
Because
him?
I will stop this whatever way I must.
So you hurt my son to get your way.
It won't end with your son. There'll be other children.
Throw the priest out
I
then.
am trying to do
What
just
do you
that.
want from me?
Nothing, as it turns out. I was hoping you might know something, but it seems you don't.
Please. Leave my son out of this. My husband would kill that child over a thing like this.
I will try.
think you're doing right, but the world is a hard place. I'm not sure you and I are on the same side, but I'll be standing next to my son and those that are good with him. It'd be nice to see you there. Well, it was nice talking with you. Good morning.